Hi guys, welcome to the CATWay. So in this video, we are going to solve our daily set. And before we begin, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Now moving on to the set. So it says ki was an Indo-China joint venture by the name of Chindia Corp has 8 board members L, M, N, P, Q, R, S and T and 4 each from India and China. Now the 4 members from each country hold different position among COO, CFO, CMD and CEO in no particular order. Now, during a board meeting, the 8 members sit at a square table such that there are 2 members alongside each side of the table. So, first thing that you have to do is boss, make your square table. Okay, so your square table is done. 2 people on each side of the square table. Okay, 2 members on the each side of the square table. Okay, then it says no member of has any of his fellow countrymen as neighbors. So that means if one person is going to be Indian, both the other his neighbors are going to be Chinese. They are going to sit in alternate positions country wise. Okay. Now, no two members sitting along the same side of the table hold the same post in respective countries. So people having the same designation are not going to sit on the same side of the table. Okay. Then it says ki boss L, who is the CFO. Okay, L is a CFO and he sits who is a CFO and P sit alongside the same side of the table. Okay. Now, because we do not know that on which who is to the left of whom and who is to the right of whom, okay, we are going to take two cases. Okay, we are going to take two cases. One case we are going to place P to the right and one case we are going to place L to the right. Okay, so P is going to occupy this position. Okay. Then boss, what do we have? Ki the two neighbors of N are Indian CFO and S. All right. So boss, first thing that is there is ki bhai, we do not know L is the Indian or a Chinese. Okay. So let's do one thing. Let us first consider ki bhai L is a Indian. Okay. Let's consider the case where L is a Indian. Okay. L is a Indian. Acha, if L is the Indian, so he is the Indian CFO. Okay. The two neighbors of N are going to be Indian CFO. Okay. And S. So N is going to come over here and he's going to come over here and he's going to occupy this position and this position. Okay, so this is sorted. Then boss, what is going to happen? Q, who is the CFO, third person to the right of L. So Q is going to occupy this position, Q is going to occupy this position and he is going to be the CFO. Okay, he's going to be the Chinese CFO basically. The case which we are considering, he is going to be the Chinese CFO. Okay, so that is done. Now M, who is the COO, sits diagonally opposite S. So M in this position is a COO and he's going to sit over here. And similarly, M is going to sit over here and he is a COO. Okay. Now a CMD sits to the immediate right of S. So immediate right of S in this case should be CMD over here, but it's not happening. Okay, so this case is not the right one. Okay. And to immediate right of N. So in that case, N can be the CMD guy. Okay, N can be the CMD guy. So initially this case is out and this case is working for us now. Okay, this case is working for us. Then it says ki boss R is a COO and exactly one person sits between him and the Chinese CMD. All right. So if you talk about Chinese CMD, so Chinese CMD is N. Okay. And there is no R anywhere. Okay. So where can R be placed? So R can be placed here because R a COO. Okay. R a COO and exactly one person sits between him and the Chinese CMD. Okay, so that the person who is sitting there is S. Okay, chalo, so that is also sorted. Now you're left with T, so you place T over here. Okay, you place T over here. Okay. Now guys, what is going to happen over here is key you see, Anna. Now what is going to happen is key. Okay, so this case you are getting as verified. Okay, so this case we are getting verified. Okay, all right. Okay, so you have let's just go through the conditions again. So L, who is a CFO, and P sit along the same side of the table. Two neighbors of N are Indian CFO and S. So that's clear. R is a COO and exactly one person sits between him and the Chinese CMD. Q is a CFO. Third person to the right of L. M, who is a CEO, sits diagonally opposite S and a CMD sits immediate right of S. So everything is sorted. So now we can go towards the making of designation. Okay. So boss, if you talk about the designation, so both the CFOs are done. Okay, both the CFOs are done. Both the CEOs are done and the Chinese CMD is done. So only one person is left to be placed in Chinese and that person is going to be the CEO, that is P. Okay. Now for Indians, you have a CEO left and a CMD left. Now CMD cannot be S, so CMD is going to be T is going to be the CMD and S is going to be the CEO. Okay, so that is sorted. Now this is one case, guys, and this case did not turn out well. But you have one more case. Okay, one more case. Here you took L to the right and L to the left, both the cases, and both the cases you took L as the Indian. Okay, now you also have to consider if L is a Chinese, and again check for both the cases. Okay, again check for both the cases. Okay, so let us start with L to the left of P. So L is a what? L is a CFO. Okay, L is a CFO. In that case, Q comes over here because Q is a CFO, and third to the right. Okay, third to the right. And third to the right. Then what do you have? He was okay. The two neighbors of N are Indian CFO and S. All right. So now we are considering L as Chinese. So the Indian CFO is Q. Okay. So if N is the neighbor, N has to occupy this position, and in that case, S has to occupy this position. But then diagonally opposite to S, M cannot be there. So this condition is also wrong. So let's go to check one final case where L is to the right of P and L is a Chinese. L is to the right of P and L is a Chinese. Let us check that condition as well. So boss, what we have been given is key boss L, who is a CFO. Okay, L is a CFO, and P sits alongside him. Now there is a Q who is third to the right, and he is also a CFO. Okay, so he's sitting over there. Boss, now Q we have taken as the Indian CFO. Okay, Q we have taken as the Indian CFO. All right, chalo. Then let's see what do we have. Key boss, the two neighbors of N are Indian CFO and S. Okay, so again two possibilities. N could occupy this position and S could occupy this position. Okay, in that case M will occupy this position because diagonally opposite. So this happens. So M is going to go over there. Okay, CMD sits to the immediate right of S. So this guy is going to be a CMD. Okay, this guy is going to be a CMD, and let's see what else do we have. So R is a COO, and there exactly 1% sits between him and the Chinese CMD. All right. So boss, Chinese CMD is going to be where? So this is a L is a Chinese, so Chinese CMD will be this guy. Okay. Now R is R CO, exactly 1% sits between him and Chinese CMD. So there is no place for R to come because R only has the possibility. If not there, then here. Okay. So this case, if you are considering, this case is the wrong one. Okay. So what you have to take is key was okay. Now let me remove it. S is gone, N and Q are gone. Okay. R is gone and M is gone. Now the other case that we were considering, we are going to go ahead with that particular case. Okay, we are going to go ahead with that case where Q belongs here. Okay, he is the CFO. That is fine. But what is happening is that the two neighbors of N are Indian CFO and S. So now in that case, towards here they will be there, and S is going to occupy this position. In that case, M will come to this position as he is the COO. Okay, and a CMD sits to the immediate right of S. So in that case, N is going to be the CMD guy. Okay, N is going to be the CMD. Acha. Now N is what? N is a Chinese CMD, right? N is a Chinese CMD, and it says ki R is a COO, and exactly 1% sits between him and the Chinese CMD. All right. So Chinese CMD, he is there, and R comes over here. In that case, T goes over here. All right. So now what do you have? You have both the CFO's position filled. Okay. R is a COO, we know. So R ke liye for Chinese and Indian both COOs are done. Now Indian CMD is done. So if Indian CMD is done, so the next Indian CMD could be who has the possibility of being the next Indian CMD. If you see, so boss P is a Indian, okay, and S is a Indian. So between them, S cannot be the CMD, so P is going to be the CMD, and in that case, S is going to be the CEO, and same case with T, he is also going to be the CEO. So we get finally two cases. Now the question is, who is the Chinese CEO? So Chinese CEO, if you're talking about, so you see it is in this case, it is T, whereas in this case, if you talk about the Chinese CEO, so Chinese CEO over here is P. Okay. So the correct answer for this question is going to be cannot be determined. Now, which two members among the given pairs cannot be neighbors? So P and M are neighbors in the first case. M and N, so M and N are never neighbors. M and T are neighbors in the second case, and M and Q are neighbors in the first case. So the only two people who can never be neighbors are M and N. So that is the right answer. And if the two COOs are neighbors, okay, so two COOs are neighbors it is talking about. So basically it is talking about the second case. Then which of the following combination of name post of the third person to the left of T? Third person to the left of T is over here. Third person to the left means first, second, third. That means QCFO is your right answer. That is option number C becomes the right answer. So with this, the set is complete and hope you have been able to understand the set. Thanks for watching the video, guys.